Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. It is Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday evening. The guy who was supposed to come and fix my internet today between 1 and 5 never turned up. I've since phoned Telstra and had absolutely no fucking help whatsoever, so a little bit over it. However, my internet speeds have went back up. Don't ask me why, I've got no idea what's going on, it's doing my head in. If they can't fucking get their act together, I'm going to have to move somewhere else. I know you're sick of the story, but I'm way more sick of it than you guys could ever possibly be right now. Anyway, what am I using? Proraso white. I haven't used this. I've used this once, but I haven't used it for God knows how long. The reason being is it's a bit sandalwoody, I think. I'm not 100% sure what the scent is. It's like a cross between Proraso green and Proraso red. And they had a baby. It smells a bit mentholy with a bit of sandalwood and a bit of something else. I really don't know. It doesn't say on the tub, doesn't say on the bottle what it is. I don't know. I haven't looked it up either, but it's pleasant enough. I'm going to use it because I haven't used it for ages. I'll probably end up piffing the white one and the red one. I'll keep the green one. By the way, on a side note, I did a giveaway. I think it was a brush and a soap. I don't know if it was anything else. Now someone won the Proraso red and I sent them the Proraso red which I had used, and I didn't send them the new one. So my memory is utter shit. I think it might have been John Maddock, that just came in my head there, that won it. So if it is you, whoever it is, send me a message and I'll send you out the new red one. There you go, it's never been used, it's still there. You should have got the new one and I fucked up and sent the old one. So you're probably sitting thinking I'm a wanker because I've sent you an old shitty one. That's not what meant to happen. I actually noticed because I just checked it. So other than that, let's get stuck in. The brush, Carnavis and Richardson. Casey's Bubbles collaboration brush. As you can see, it holds a shit ton of water. 3 good shakes and you can have a look at those phenomenal tips. Just an absolutely stunning brush. Solid aluminium, very long handle, sits lovely in my hand, similar to the way I like to sort of hold things like that when I'm using them. And it's just a lovely knot. 24mm, the golden nib, or TGN as it's known to the weight shaving community that know what we're talking about. But the golden nib, and it's a 24mm two band finest fan knot. It's not a bulb, it's a fan. And it's absolutely out of this world. Just dipping the tips, I don't flick too much water out there. So as you can see, big downside to me for Proraso, especially at the tubs, is the tubs are just too small to fit in most brushes. I mean, most of my brushes are 24mm and above, but some of them now are 26, 28. It's just a little bit harder to load, but it's not a major issue. I don't like doing it so much with natural hair brushes because on the lip or on the rim of the soap all the way around here, the fibres sort of scrape along it. I can sometimes hear it and feel it. It sounds a little bit like it's slicing them a bit, so I hope it's not damaging the tips. I'm assuming it's not because it's not something that you actually ever hear anyone say on Facebook or in any of the forums that Proraso tubs have been damaging their brushes. Right, I think I've got enough in there. I think. Let's wipe the face. Oh, yes. I've actually been hanging out for this all day, well, since 1 o'clock. It's now almost 6 o'clock. I've been waiting on the Telstra guy turning up and he never turned up, so here I am. Now this one, Proraso White, I believe, is the sensitive skin formula. I think it might be oat milk, so I can't remember it. Something happened in my head there where I sort of remembered what it was and then it just disappeared. As soon as I remembered it, it disappeared. So is it oats? I think it's got oats in it. I don't know. I know someone will write at the comments. I know they will. But Proraso soaps are excellent. Really are. Well, they're more like a crope. It's a very, very soft soap. tips. There is a bit of menthol in it, I can feel it. Well, I think it's menthol. Could just be the cold water. No, it's definitely menthol in this. Nothing like the green, but it's a bit of menthol in here. I don't know if any of you guys watch Mark over at Friendship Shaving. He's just done a 1 minute sort of lather competition. And he's just seen how much lather it can create in a minute, including the loading time and everything. I don't think I'd do very well. Myself or Stephen, the Suffolk shaver. I think we spend more time on a lather than most. So one of my bloody wife's hairs again. I'm sick of getting hairs as well. You guys out there that are married or you've got daughters running about the house, you know exactly what I mean. You go to vacuum and the roller doesn't spin round anymore because you've got 10 tons of hair wrapped around it. And it's so tight on there that you've literally got to cut it off with the sharpest knife you've got in your kitchen, which you then have to sharpen again because it goes blunt, and you've also used it in a vacuum, so you've got to sharpen it and clean it. Just dip the tips again, that's the last dip I'll give it. Superb. As you can see, the brush is well loaded. The lather on my face is pretty darn good, considering it's Proraso. And let's get stuck in. Muhle R89, which is pretty much a carbon copy of the Edwin Jagger head for the DE89. Different handle, of course, slightly different. I find this works better, smoother than what is slightly more efficient, and it's smoother for some reason than the Edwin Jagger, even though it's apparently or allegedly the exact same head. It just feels different. I've got the Persona Med Prep in there from my head-to-head shave, which I did a couple of days back. And as it did with the MG90, it performed exceptionally well on this razor as well. Now Friday, which is 2 days away, could be a celebration shave, because there's a chance that I might find out whether I've made the transit cards. Right, let's rinse off. And as is normal, absolutely no slickness whatsoever. There's a dribble of slickness this time compared to the green, but nothing that I would even attempt to do with a razor. So if you watch this OIV, head slick's much better. Much better. Even lather's better. Right, pass number 2, cross the grain from right to left. Still struggling with hay fever. I'm listening to myself whistle through my nose when I'm breathing. It's driving me nuts. Never mind you guys. And I'm assuming everyone that follows this channel will be following Nick Shave's channel as well. He's managed to put out 4 videos in a week, which I think is actually probably more than he's put out in the last 9 months. I know he's been very busy at work. Yeah, there's literally no slickness, no residual slickness with this soap at all. And business with the window cleaning has just been absolutely crazy. It's been chaos. I'm on jobs. Some of the jobs that we do are 3 and 4 hours to do because they're huge canal homes and things. I'm just going to go back to the soap a little bit. This is a little bit wishy-washy now. And I'm getting 3 and 4 and 5 phone calls at a job from different people trying to book in before Christmas. And we are literally, I think I've got 1 day off now and I ain't giving it up. It's a Sunday between now and Christmas, otherwise I'm going to burn myself out. Right, class number 3. So it's certainly the busiest we've ever been at this time of year. We're normally fully booked out, but we're normally still taking bookings in December. I mean, this has just been an absolutely crazy year. And don't get me wrong, we've worked hard to build our business. to the point that we are this busy, and you've got to offer the right service to people. Very similar to the artisans and stuff in shaving. You know, I mean, we offer a service, we don't offer a product. But with our service, we offer 7-day guarantees with our window cleans. So if we come and clean your windows on a Monday, on a Wednesday it rains, and on the Thursday they're filthy again, we'll come back and clean them again for you on the outside. No problem. If we miss a patch on the inside of a window, no matter if it's the size of a 5-cent piece, phone us, we'll come back and fix it. No problem at all. There's a no quibble guarantee. And it's the only way to run a business these days. As much as the customer's always right, it's a pile of shit. The customer's not always right. You just have to cop it on the chin and here they are. Unless someone wants to argue with me that traditional window cleaning is more efficient on the outside than modern day window cleaning that we use with pure water, because it just ain't. It's not. You can argue with me all day about that. But there is traditionalists out there, as there is in wet shaving, that just do not believe in technology, even though it makes life easier. They're pretty much like cartridges in wet shaving. They make things quicker, they do make things easier, but they can cause more problems that you end up having to fix. Cartridges are the same as what I do with pure water window cleaning. We filter the water from the tap, it comes out 100% pure. There's nothing in it, nothing at all, just pure crystal clear pure water, nothing else. We then wash your windows and your frames and everything, and then you let it dry. But what happens is, if it's a very dirty window or a window with a loose rubber seal around the top edge, what happens is we'll get a seep, we call it a run, looks like a dirty mark that comes down from the top of the window. Now there's a lot of window cleaners over here that don't know what they're doing, and they don't know how to fix that, or they can't be asked waiting around for it to fix. I mean, I'll spend 5 minutes sometimes on one window if I have to, in order to get it perfect. I mean, that's what it's all about, and it's not cheap getting your windows cleaned over here in Western Australia. The average 4-bedroom house, which I've got, is anywhere between $170 and $200 inside and out of your track, your screens, your mirrors and your shower screens. So it's not a cheap service by any means. There's cheaper guys out there, don't get me wrong. If you want to get it cheaper, there is people out there that'll do your full house for $70 and $80, but you get $70 and $80 worth of work. Half of them aren't insured. And then what happens is, you phone us. I've just had a window cleaner and he's made an absolute mess. Or the best ones that I love is I'll go and quote a job, and it'll be a big job, it'll be a three, but maybe let's just say for instance a 2-storey house, and it might be $300 or $400 to clean because there's a lot of glass on it. It's a little bit more difficult, there's more things to be done. But you're looking at $400, love, that's everything. Ooh, that's a bit steep. The last guy used to do it for 150. But I ain't doing it for 150, I'm sorry. That's my price and that's it. I don't lower my prices for no one, everyone pays the same. We charge per pane of glass, so it doesn't matter whether you're a pensioner or you're a multi-millionaire, you pay the same price for that pane of glass. That way it's equal, there's no favouritism for anyone. And you're not just walking in and guessing. And they'll say, oh, no, I'm not paying that, that's ridiculous prices. Yeah, no problem. And then you get a phone call a couple of months later. Oh, you came and quoted my house, such and such address, two-storey, and it's you quoted us $400. Yeah. I think we're going to get you in. Is there any chance you can do it? And then you turn up and they tell you that they've got a little shithead from Gumtree or off of Facebook. He's got no idea what they're doing. Turns up with a dirty rag and all that shit. Makes an absolute mess of them. Walks away with a $70 or $80. the owner of the house was raging. In fact, I think it was 140 or something the guy charged. And she was absolutely fuming, and then we turned up, cleaned the windows, and she was absolutely over the moon. Over the moon. A lot of the times we turn up, clean the windows, and then people say, I've never had them that clean before. And that to me is what it's all about. Offering a service better than anyone else. And like I say, the service doesn't stop when you finish cleaning the windows. We also phone up a day later just to make sure they're still happy that everything's okay. If they've got any queries or any issues. And 9 times out of 10, whenever we get a new customer, we're back there 3 months or 6 months cleaning the windows again. But the problem this year that we encountered was for 2 or 3 months, maybe even 4 months of winter, it rained and it rained and it rained some more, to the point that we were struggling. If it weren't for my wife and her job, we would have been up shit street. I love this brush. Beautiful knob. Got no idea how many minutes are on this video. I know I've been talking a lot of shit all the way through, but I've noticed that they're shortened up just a little bit. Although I did 4 passes again today. And I'm a little bit more talkative, so I'm probably up around 25 minutes already. Right, that's the salt cleaned out. Move on to some Thayer's Peach, which is an absolutely lovely scent. It just smells exactly like peach snaps. Oh, beautiful. Or if you have Lipton peach tea or Fuse peach tea, that's exactly what it smells like. And this one, I normally get a nice little burn from it, but I'm not today. I've obviously had a very good shave. So we'll let that dry in, and I can have a little look at what I used and then pop on to my final product of the day. Proraso White, which is, I actually quite like the white tub. I prefer the white tub over the green, even though I'm a Celtic man, but I do like the white tub. It's obviously got a bit of green on the top as well. Scent strength out the tub's like a 2-3. It's not a, I couldn't tell you what's in it. There's definitely menthol in it, and there's a woody, sandalwoody sort of scent to it. I do remember now there's some sort of oat or something in there. I think oats or something. I can't freaking remember. Memory's terrible. The brush, which I've just shown you, Carnavis and Richardson, Katie's Bubbles collaboration brush, which used to have a little label here with the Katie's Bubbles logo on it, but I peeled it off because it was horrible. Looked terrible. And it's got 24mm, the golden nib, 2-band finest fan, and it's just a phenomenal knot. It really is. It's not a dense knot. It's not got the greatest of backbone, but it's soft, it's got good scrub, and it just makes great lathers. As you've seen, I can't argue with the lathers it makes. And with a pretty, in my opinion, average soap, it does a good job. Muhle R89, stunning little razor. So this is probably one that I'll never leave my den now. I'll probably keep this one as it was an anniversary gift. But then again, I don't know. You know what I'm like, go through razors like nobody's business. But stunning little razor, very comfortable, very smooth, mid-aggression. It's easy to find the angle on it, cuts hair well. It's just a great little razor. It does a great job, and it can be used as a daily shaver because it's not too aggressive, but it's not, and it doesn't matter how mild a razor is for daily shaving, but it's up there in terms of aggression that you could use it every day, but it does a much better job in terms of efficiency, I believe, on that first pull on heavier hair than your milder razors like the MJ90 and the Mergress on setting one, those ones where you're sort of having a struggle when it's a bit longer. Everyday shaves is different, but if I had 3 or 4 days growth, I'm pretty sure that razor would knock it down quicker than the MJ90 from Razor Rock because of that higher aggression. So hopefully that helps you a little bit if you're looking to buy your first razors. That's how I'm sort of looking at it. These are readily available. You can get them from pretty much every single store that sells shaving gear will have the R89 there, the Jagger DE89 and the Merca 34C. They're your 3 main razors that get sold. However, if I had my choice again, I would have picked a Rockwell 6C straight off the bat, or the Mergress, but the Rockwell 6C, price wise, you can't beat it for what you get. Moved on to Thayer's Witch Hazel Peach. which has dried in now because I'm still talking shit. My skin feels great, it really does. Got a little bit of red mark down here, but I actually had a scratch at that before I had the shave, so it was a bit red before I even started. And I'm going to finish off with the Anti-Irritazione from Proraso. So I think this is Proraso White Post-Shave Balm. So it's the sensitive skin one again. I don't think you need a lot of this from memory, so there we go. Yeah, it smells very similar, almost identical to the soap. So there we have it, folks. It's another lovely shave. Much more relaxing than yesterday's interrupted shave, but I really enjoyed that today. I've got airplane mode on the phone so no one can ring me. I know everyone's at home and everyone's safe, so I'm not getting a phone call from anyone. So other than that, you guys stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.